Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is where the fun begins. Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and here we are back with another action figure review. This time we got a vintage classic action figure review. Look at this magnificent piece right here. This magnificent treasure right here. Of course, it is a vintage loose action figure, as you guys know. If you guys are accustomed to watching my channel, I not only review new shit, but I review old shit. And occasionally, I'll review my own shit. Stop. But seriously, nobody wants to see that anyways. Wouldn't that be funny if I took my phone and stuck it in the toilet? And, well, never mind. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at something that is not shit, but a pretty awesome freaking piece, man. I just have to say, it's awesome, it's awesome collecting a lot of these vintage action figures from the past that were kind of overlooked, that kind of don't get their shine. If I could focus on this magnificent piece right here, zoom in camera, zoom in. And it's always great finding these vintage action figures, man, and, lost treasures that, that just kind of disappear into obscurity. And then you find them, sometimes 20, sometimes 15, sometimes 10 years later, and they still look great. This guy is no exception. Right here we have Despero. I was going to say Desperado. Despero right here, looking amazing. Probably one of the most awesome DC Direct figures, I think, to date, man. Just a great overall figure. I got a couple of requests to do a review of this guy. Of course, this is going to be a quick review if I quit rambling. Because there's really nothing much to him. Now, I did buy him loose, obviously, as you can see. He did come with the stand. He actually did come with a Superman stand, which I don't have, like I said, because I got him loose. But nonetheless, he looks fucking amazing, man. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the detail. We're going to do some measurements, and then also we're going to do some comparisons with some of my three favorite action figures from my collection. Mostly McFarlane right here in the back, because that's what you guys probably collect nowadays, you know what I mean? So we're going to compare some of the new with the old, and we're going to do a size comparison because this guy is a big guy. Okay, so let's start at the head right there. So there's the head with the mohawk. I love when they give figures a mohawk look. It looks like his mohawk is a little off. Yeah, it's a little loose. There we go. Now it's aligned with his head. Just awesome sculpt, man. Awesome sculpt. Not that many paint apps. White eyes, white teeth. It does kind of look like it has a little bit of a wash over it. The red paint is not completely red. If it was, then it would look kind of toyish, so to speak. There's the emblem for his cape. The muscle tone and the definition of this guy is done really, really nicely, man. His upper body, you can tell he works on his upper body. That's for damn sure. He's got some gigantic arms. Waist right there. Feet. The toes are painted. The toes are painted nicely. The fingernails are painted nicely. And being that he's an older DC figure, his articulation is actually not that bad. So his arms actually do extend out that way, which is pretty damn awesome. So back in the day, action figures were just going this way, up and down, and then kicking in and out. But this guy has a little bit more articulation than your average 90s action figure, but he's not from the 90s, so. And I like that right there. You see how they sculpted his chest plate right there, where you can maneuver his arms, and that chest plate just doesn't get in the way. That's awesome, awesome. And if it does, move his arm outwards like that, like that. Great, great looking piece, man. So you saw the articulation with his arms up and down, up and down, up and down. There is nothing at the wrist, nothing at the fingers. He does have bend here at the elbows, barely, but it doesn't matter. He's just so awesome. He's like, I don't need no freaking articulation. Articulation is for weenies. Bend right there at the elbow, just greatly. Look how nicely his arms are sculpted, man. You can see the veins and the detail, the texture of the skin. They gave texture to skin, guys, even though he's essentially just kind of one color with a little bit of wash. They gave him actually texture to his skin, the muscle overtone. He's actually very nicely sculpted. Head movement, it is kind of like on somewhat of a ball joint. It can go rotate down, side to side. I mean, do you really need that much articulation for a big guy? Not really. His legs kick outwards. That much is just kind of hindered by his waist right there, which there's no movement at his waist, no torso, so you can't really get him to turn. The only way you can get him to turn his head. That's pretty much it, bro. So yeah, there's nothing at the waist, nothing at the torso. He does have knee bend. That's pretty much it with the knee bend. So, yeah, that's all you pretty much got from this guy. And then you have the rubberized cape right here, which is actually done very nicely, man. The cape is actually done really, really nicely, bro. Nice rubberized cape. It does have some pretty nice weight to it. It's not heavy like some of the McFarlane figs that you guys may have or may own. But, yeah, it's a decent cape. It's a really nice cape. And then he has nothing at the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm counting his toes. And he has 5 toes. I just wanted to make sure because I thought I saw more, but he has such gigantic feet. And the detail in his feet are done nicely. So, being that we spoke about the cape, let's bring in a Batman figure. Let me bring in my skull right here to stand him up against. Because he is somewhat of a hard figure to stand. Actually, you know what? Before we bring in the Batman, do a comparison, let's do a measurement of this guy because I'm sure you guys are wondering. So all the way up to his mohawk, he's at 8. He's at 7 7/8 tall. That's actually just a little under 8 inches tall, if you guys can see that. So yeah, he's just a little under, well, actually, no, he's actually a little bit over 8 inches tall. Now that I'm looking at it, so he's at 8 1/8 tall. So he's just a little smidget over 8 inches. Whew, if I can read a fucking tape measure, man, should have stayed in school. Okay, so speaking of the cape, this blue cape right here, we bring in this Batman, and man, this Batman is so freaking light compared to this guy. Just picking him up, I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how light he was. Because it's been a while since I picked up this figure and actually held him in my hands. But this is Batman. This is the alternate version. I love this Batman. He has grown on me, man. When I first got him, I was like, he's good, but yeah. But I have to admit, he has grown on me a lot, bro. So there's the size comparison. So you see how big he is with this Batman. They look great together, man. It actually, you see how well this guy stands the test of time when you can put him with a current, DC figure, and they just go so damn well together if you can stand up. But yeah, man, this Batman is great, man. He's really, really great. If I can recommend a figure, bro, if you guys want to find an awesome Batman figure, DC figure, this guy is pretty awesome. The Batman emblem, the blue and gray, gets me every time. It throws me in my feels, as the kids say. I don't know what the hell that means. It gets me in my feels. It gets me feels. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Speaking of Batman, let me bring in Superman. Superman right here. Yeah, and all these McFarlane figs, man, they feel so light compared to this guy, because this guy, he's fucking heavy as hell. So here he is with Superman and Batman right there. And he is bigger, as he should be. A great Despero. Very awesome fucking figure, man. And then to bring in the man himself, or the shark himself, we have Baby Shark. No, not Baby Shark. We have King Shark. And the reason why I wanted to bring this guy in is because they're both heavy. They're both heavy figs, man. Of course, King Shark is probably heavier. Let me see. Switch hands. You know, Destro is actually pretty heavy, but I think King Shark is a little bit heavier. And the reason why is because this is like a harder plastic. It feels more like a resin than it does a plastic, where the King Shark is a little bit more hollow, but he does have some heavy pieces on him, like his belly, and then I think his legs and shorts, and the rest of him is like hollow. But this guy is like solid plastic. So that's how he measures up with King Shark. And if you guys have this King Shark, then you know how big King Shark is, but that's how he stands with Despero. Really awesome, huh, man? Very nice. Okay, guys, let me give you my review. My rating of Despero. This guy is fucking awesome. He stands the test of time. I do believe he came out in the mid-2000s. I think 2000 and... from what I can remember, I think it was 2010 or 11. Could be maybe 15. If you guys know, let me know. I'll tag it. I'll pin it, the comment to my comment section on my page. But I'm pretty sure he's from around that era. But I'm pretty sure he's probably like 11 years old. So maybe 2011, maybe 2009, maybe. He's somewhere around there. Okay, so with all that being said, listen, I'm going to give this guy just based on look alone. Don't really care too much for the articulation, even though it's not bad for its time. I'm going to give this guy, I'm going to give him like an 8.5 out of 10. Can't really give him a 9, but it's pretty close. So listen, guys, if you are vintage action figure collectors like me, and you guys love vintage DC stuff, this guy is no exception. DC Direct Despero is an awesome figure. I can't wait to see, you know, what McFarlane does with Despero, with a classic Despero figure. But this guy, if you're looking for a good Despero, this guy is fucking amazing. I really recommend him, man. I think he's done really nice. And if you guys sat through this entire review, I just want to say thank you. Awesome figure. Great detail, very nice, heavy piece, great figure, classic figure. Pick it up if you guys are vintage collectors like myself. All right, guys, if you sat through this entire review, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next review, and leave your thoughts about this guy. What do you make of him? And we are out. Peace out. Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is brought to you by Gangsters and Demons on YouTube. Check it out.